Today we are going to discuss the cost accounting topic. In fact, we have three units 3, 4 and 5 for the specifically focusing on cost terminologies, and we should know what is fixed cost, what is variable cost, what is total cost. Then there are some accumulation systems, means how we determine the cost of a product. For example, if this is a product, it has material, it has labor, it has overheads. So which overhead has been taken into this product? This is a method that we have to learn. Now there are two schools of thoughts. One school of thought says that only variable cost is a cost for a product. For example, if this is a product and we believe in variable costing as a cost method, so this will have direct labor, direct material and any direct variable overhead. So this will be the product. But the other school of thought, people say no. If it is only variable cost, then what about the fixed cost, which does not change with the output? Generally, the example, as a domestic example, what we can give is, if you invite some guest at your home, and if someone asks from you, what was the cost of that party or that function that you conduct? So what you can do is, you can see how much raw material you bought. For example, the chicken, the olives, or all the items that you bought is your raw material. Then you can say, okay, I hire one chef and that chef took around 500 dirhams. So this is the direct labor. This is my cost. This is, if you believe in that costing system, then you are not wrong. This is in fact the cost accumulation system, which is called variable costing. That you only took that cost which is directly identifiable in the product. This is one way. Other way is, if you don't have a kitchen, you don't have stove, you don't have pots, you don't have the necessary things which make these variable things to convert into a finished product, then surely we should consider that fixed cost. That fixed cost plus your variable cost, this is a system called total costing, absorption costing and full costing. Surely in this costing system, the cost is higher than the variable costing system, because in variable you only take variable, but in full costing you take variable plus fixed. So naturally the cost from full costing method, absorption method, will come always higher than the variable or marginal costing. In today's lectures, we are going to discuss the difference between marginal costing and the full absorption costing. Then we have to discuss the process of production as a joint or common cost and a split of points. This is in the case of the process costing. So this unit name is cost allocation techniques. Broadly we will discuss absorption versus variable costing. Then we will discuss joint products and byproducts. Wherever the word costing is written means how to define the cost of any product. Any product that you buy from the stores or it is delivered to your home has a cost in our subject terms. Otherwise, as a consumer, you name it as price. So everything has a price, but that price is above the cost, because if I make something, I add my margins, my profits, and I sell it, it becomes the price. So now we are going to discuss how the cost comes. Suppose if we are making shirt, we know how much cloth we need, how much stitching we need, what are the accessories to be added in. So we can add, this is the cloth, this is this, and this is the tailor is going to charge, so this will be the price of a shirt. But some products are different in nature. For example, the oil that we are extracting from the well is continuously coming. And then once you refine the oil, it takes different shapes. It becomes the kerosene oil, it becomes the fuel for the aeroplanes, it is high octane, super, diesel. So there are certain things from the same raw material. So this kind of product, we can't use these methods, it's a process costing. So because the process of extraction is continuous, so depend upon the nature of the product, you have to decide the appropriate costing method on it. For such kind of costing where we are extracting something and we are making something out of it. It's like in your domestically, you bought a milk, then you are making a yogurt from this, then you are making a custard, then you are making some other thing, right? So buying till you bought the milk, it's a common cost, right? It's a common cost for you, whatever you make. But once you identify custard, your yogurt or some other product, this is a split of cost. Means this is a split of point where you can add on and you can make anything according to your demands and requirements. For that we have to learn today what is a joint product. I gave you a domestic example. This is the example of the oil as well. We extract the oil. At one point it is a joint product. But then a split of point comes when it goes in different shapes and different products. And byproduct costing, byproduct is when we are making one main product, we are making say sugar. This is our main product, but the wastage and the leftover of the same product, we can make another product out of it. This is called technically a byproduct. For example, you are making something in your kitchen and something left from it and you use it somewhere else. So that is the byproduct. You are making salad. Salad was a main product, but the leftover of the salad you put it somewhere in some gravy item or some the other cooking stuff. So that is a byproduct. Byproduct is additional product about which we have to see should we make it or should we don't make it. Means the wastage that we have, it is worth enough to spend your money, investments and time to make that product, or just sell it as a waste or as a scrap. And then we have overhead cost and normal costing. Overhead cost, overheads means the expenses which is not directly identifiable in a product. Material we know, this is the material we bought it, we consume. Labor, we know that if someone wants to make this chair, he will take 100 dirhams or 200 dirhams. This is direct labor. But the overheads means the heating, lighting, the salary of the supervisor, salary of the secretary, salary of the CFO, CEO, all infrastructure that we build up comes in overheads. Now this overhead is we have to allocate these overheads and we have to do a normal costing. Normal costing means that 1 year cost is different, second year is different, third year is different. This is abnormal costing. We should try to come up with same cost every year. It is not like when I go to buy a chocolate of the same brand today, it costs me say $5. Next year it's costing me $9. And 1 year after it is costing me $3. As a consumer, it's not good for me. I want to depute a budget for what I am going to buy for. So while we will learn that if the production is giving different cost, so how to adjust and balance a normal cost pattern to keep the pattern of the costing same. And in the last we will discuss the allocation of service department cost. Now in one factory there are so many departments working. For example, we are making shoes, there is a cutting department, there is a leather finishing department, leather cutting, stitching and polishing department. Then there is a canteen department also. Then there is a customer services department also. Now customer services is dealing with customer, not dealing with the production. But at the end of the day, all expenses we have to put in a product. Material, labor and all other expenses we have to put in the product. So a cost should come. This cost we have to add the profits and we have to sell it to cover the salaries, to run the show of the company. This is the theme of learning cost accounting. So we will learn that there are service departments like customer services, canteen department. If you are working in deserts, it's a factory, outside there is nothing, only the canteen inside who is giving the lunch and the dinner to the working staff. Without this department they cannot work, because until they will not eat, they will not do anything, right? So means whatever expense the canteen department is getting, we have to divide it on the production departments. So we can allocate the expenses on the production department and then we can get the cost of the products. So we will start our discussion. First of all, we will compare the absorption costing versus variable costing.